Hello and welcome to this video which gives tips and support on how to answer the kind of questions that come up in the PISA tests. Okay, so this video will walk through a sample or a past paper question, basically offering support and guidance on how to tackle and answer the questions. Okay, this video will look at a set of questions on the theme of, so the topic is called Baking Takes Off. Okay, and basically what skills and knowledge we're going to be developing is read and interpret bar charts, well, a compound bar chart, and looking closer then at scatter diagram and understand correlation based on that scatter diagram. So mainly this resource, it looks at data and interpreting graphs, which can be a bit challenging sometimes. Okay, so at the start of every PISA math question, they ask you to read information, okay, and it is important that you read that straight away. Don't go to the questions first and then come back to read it, because it could be more challenging, it could confuse you, and it could cause you a bit more stress. So read carefully through. So read the following information about a baking website. Brilliant Baking is a website. Its members pay a small annual subscription fee of £2, which gives them access to exclusive recipes, offers, competitions, baking forums, and use of a mobile or tablet app that they can use to record their favourite recipes and tips. In recent years, Brilliant Baking has grown in popularity with a greater number of members joining each year. This is shown in the following graph. It then shows you a graph subscriptions held on Brilliant Baking's website. Okay, so this paragraph here is basically just to offer you a background into the data. Okay, it's just there to give you a context so you can use it. Okay, not much you can do with that paragraph there in terms of maths. The only thing that maybe you could pick out is a fee of £2. Okay, but this topic, it's more concentrating more on the graphs and your interpretation of them. Okay, so that's then the graph. Gives you the years on the horizontal axis and then number of subscribers up on the vertical. You have the blue representing the male and the yellow or orange, or what color is that, representing the female. Okay. Question 1. How many male subscribers did the website have in 2012? So it's important, because it says 2012, that you look at 2012, okay? No other year there. And it says male, so it's important that you do look at the male. So the male is the blue, so you'll have to make sure that you look at the blue boxes. Other things to do when you're looking at graphs is the scale. So if we look at this one here, it's 0 to 100 there. So we look at how many boxes we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or lines basically. So there's 5 gaps there. So 100 divided by 5, that means that every gap is 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, and so forth. Okay, so make sure that you do look at the scale there, because it's to help you. Answering the question then, male subscribers in 2012. So 2012 is here. We need to look at where that goes up to. So just so we can cross over to there. So the blue one goes to roughly 120, okay, a bit more maybe. So if we look at our options, we have 327, 203, 124, 176. So the obvious answer is 124. Okay, so make sure that you do use the scale correctly. You could look at it there without really using the working it out, okay, but if you have to work out the scale, that's what you do. Okay, it could have asked you what are the female ones, okay, so you then look at the yellow boxes. Question 2. In which year was the difference in the number of male subscribers and female subscribers smallest? So we're looking at the difference between the bars now, okay? So you could look at that graph straight away and try and spot the one with the least difference, okay? I'm going to go through it accurately. So here, the difference between these two is roughly 1, 2, 3, 3.5 boxes. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. This one is more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, roughly 8 boxes. Then the last one, 1, 2, and 3, about 3. Okay, so if we look at the smallest difference, it's got to be this one. So the answer is 2014. Okay, 2014 is the difference in heights of the male and female bars are the smallest. Okay, so if it asked you what year was the difference, the number of male subscribers and female subscribers the biggest, you would then go for 2013 because that's the one that's got the greatest difference. Okay, so it's important to pick out the information correctly. Okay, you want the smallest difference in this case. Okay, it gives you then another type of, well, it gives you more text. So, Brilliant Baking's website developer noticed that there was an increase in subscriptions in 2013. He believes this was due to a popular television program shown that year. He plots the viewing figures for each week in a graph against the number of new subscribers that week. Okay, so you have weekly figure for viewing figures and new subscribers. On the horizontal pane, you have the number of new subscribers, and on the vertical plane, number of television viewers in millions. Okay, so your total number of television viewers, and this is the new subscribers. Okay, it is a scatter diagram, so they plot the number of new subscribers and then the number of television. So let's say roughly this one, we have 52 new subscribers this time, and the viewing is 2.15 million. Okay. Um, just looking at the scale for this quickly. So this is 1.5 and this is 2. So we're not going up in 0.1s this time. Okay. Think of this as you want, if you want, as 15 and this is 20. It can't go up in ones. So there's a difference here of 0.5. And if we divided that by 10, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you have 0.05. So every box is 0.05. So this would be 1.55, and then this would be 1.6, 1.65, 1.7, 1.75, 1.8, 1.9. Okay, so every two boxes is 0.1. Right, questions. So this then, question 3, asks you to asks you if the statements below are true or false. Okay, so Brilliant Baking's website developer makes a series of statements based on the graph he created. Circle true or false for each statement. Number one, the more viewers the television program has, the more new subscribers we get. Okay, so basically it asks you, as the number of viewers increases, do the number of new subscribers increase as well? So if we look at the number of new subscribers, so we have roughly like 52 there, 53. This one, they increase as we go up. What happens to the number of television viewers as we go up? Well, as this increases, these also increase. So go with that one. That's the highest number of new subscribers. That's also the highest number of television viewers in millions. So the statement is true. Okay? The graph shows that the more TV viewers means more new subscriptions. Okay? Number two, the graph shows strong negative correlation. So when you have a scatter diagram, you can have, well, we use scatter diagrams to work out if there is a relationship or correlation between the two sets of data. Okay, so this type of data shows a positive correlation. Why? Because all the data is going up. So as this increases, this also increases. Okay? If it was a negative correlation, it would go down like this. Okay? So does this show a negative correlation? False. It is positive correlation. Okay? So that's why number one was true. The more viewers the television program has, the more new subscribers we get. So that is what we call a positive correlation. Okay. Number three, the week we had 81 new subscribers was the week the television program had 2.2 million viewers. So if we go back to the 81 new subscribers, so 81 would be roughly here. So it's that point there. If we go across there now, we're at 2.75 million. So is that statement correct? No. 2.2 is down here. Okay, so we're way off. So that is false. Okay. In the week of 81 new subscribers, we can observe that the program had approximately 2.75 million viewers. Okay. And the last question then, if 2 million people watch the television program, we would expect to have between 50 and 70 new subscribers that week. So we go back to the diagram. With scatter diagrams, what we can use, because this has a positive correlation, what we can do is put a line of best fit in. Okay, so if we were to draw a line of best fit, so a line that goes with the data, okay, which has roughly the same amount of points on each side, so let's say there, we can use that line then to estimate values. So we wanted to estimate if 2 million people watch the television program. So 2 million would be over here. So if we were to draw a line, and if we would hit that line there and go down there, is that between 50 and 70? Yes, it is. It doesn't really matter how you shape your line. So we could have done a line which goes more vertical like that. Even if we were to do it again, we would still come out at roughly 50 to 70. So yes, that is true. Okay, you would expect 50 to 70 new subscribers. Okay, so you can draw a line of best fit between the plot points. You can only draw a line of best fit when you have a positive correlation or no correlation. Okay, it is also possible to have no correlation at all in a scatter diagram. In this type of diagram, that would be your axis, and your data points would be roughly everywhere. Okay, so with that type of information, there's no correlation. This would be a positive one because you can draw a line like that, and then this would be a negative one because you can draw a line that goes down. Okay, and those are the questions on bacon takes off. Okay, important points. Make sure you read the questions carefully. Use exact readings from the graphs if it asks you to. Look for patterns or trends. Okay, so there we looked for a pattern. It was increasing, so it was a positive correlation. Use logic to test true or false questions. Avoid assumptions. Okay, and then here we have a QR code. So the questions discussed in this video are just some that appear in a collection of interactive PISA type questions that are available through Hub. Okay, do go to the Hub website and have a go at some of the other questions that are available. There are a lot there. Okay, you can simply scan the QR code on the screen, or you can go to you can paste the URL into your browser. Okay, good luck with them. Hopefully this video has been beneficial. Thank you for listening. Thank you.